Next up at UFC 270, we have another rebooked fight. We have Raoni Barcelos versus Victor Henry. Raoni Barcelos, 16-2 overall, 4-1 in his last 5. He's coming off that wild fight against Timur Valiev. Victor Henry, 21-5 overall. He's 4-1 in his last 5, and this is his UFC debut. This fight was originally scheduled for UFC Vegas 45 in December, and this is another fight where you get to see how the market reacted to the lines. You essentially get a do-over. I mentioned it before. The market opened the line. They saw where the money went. They refunded everybody because the fight was canceled, and then they reopened the line a few weeks later, and it moved a lot. The first line was minus 220 for Raoni Barcelos. And now you see he's minus 420. So the market...
Sorry, someone said Kenny G is a fighter now?
Yeah, saxophone. So the market responded very heavily to...
Didn't he play the flute? Didn't he play like the...
Saxophone. Gee, I'm trying to run a professional show here. Anyway, I thought the market said that minus 220 was not enough. They drove it down. It reopened minus 420.
It's minus 500 on some books now. Minus 500.
Yeah, so massive favorite. And so first go around, I bet on a money line. I'm not betting on a money line this time. But anyway, Raoni Barcelos, he's an incredibly well-rounded fighter. And last time we broke him down was months ago for the Timur Valiev fight. He was training at our friend Glover Teixeira's gym. So we had some inside scoop. And the feedback from Glover was like, dude, he's a killer. Raoni Barcelos is a killer. He's fantastic everywhere. And that's 100% true. If you break down any tape or watch any of his fights, that is the story. He's fantastic. He has great low kicks, very good BJJ. He hits hard. He's got good wrestling offense, good wrestling defense. And the wrestling defense statistic here is Timur Valiev, who's a nasty wrestler, was 0 for 6 in takedown attempts against Raoni Barcelos. And Raoni dropped him twice in that fight. So he's the real deal. Victor Henry is a fun come-forward striker with a wide variety of attacks. He likes to plot forward, use his head movement to avoid punches, and throw literally everything. He sets up leg kicks with his boxing, and if he's out of range, he will throw head kicks. But if he's inside the pocket, he'll throw elbows and knees. He has a ton of variety, and he mixes it all together really nicely. The odds are wide. But I agree with them. I think they should be this wide. Raoni is great, dude. He has power, speed. His striking is on point. He's got wrestling. He's got BJJ. And Victor Henry, he's an impressive striker, but he is making his UFC debut. He's missing some of the pieces beyond the striking. I think Victor actually does give Raoni a little bit of a hard time on his feet because he is so wild. And then I think Raoni will just move to the wrestling, the grappling, and just get it done there. Solid advantage. This is one of those dangerous, you mentioned in the first fight we broke down, a UFC newcomer can be dangerous. This is one of those matchups where Raoni Barcelos is so good and Victor Henry is just like so raw but talented. He could come in here and shock the world. So I actually have a quarter unit bet on the under 2.5 rounds at minus 135 because I think Raoni either blows through Victor or Victor can catch him and stop him. So I only did a quarter unit because
times are tough.
They also go to a decision. But what do you think, Jakey?
Times are tough.
Honestly, the quarter unit was just because that sportsbook that I did, I had a quarter unit left, so I just threw it all in there and then did the rest of my bets with a different sportsbook.
I get it. Last time we broke down this fight, I picked Victor Henry to win the fight, so I guess I got to stick to it because nothing's really changed. The only thing that really worries me is one of the reasons I picked Victor Henry was because he had just came off winning his whatever title it was, whatever promotion he was in October. I think when was that fight supposed to be? Late November, early December, something like that. Yeah, so it was literally going to be like back-to-back. It was going to be like just 6 weeks or something after he just won a big title and his promotion, coming off a huge win, looked great in that fight. Like Angelo said, he is wild, he is crazy. I thought the momentum would be able to carry it through. I don't feel as great now because there is some time. There was some time, go home for the holidays. That changes kind of your perception. He was young. I'm not saying he's not young and hungry now, but there's momentum changes, right? And Raoni is already as good as he is. Honey should definitely dominate this fight. But like you said, Victor is crazy enough. There's a reason why I picked him, a month ago in that fight. I'm going to stick to him. I'm probably not going to play. I might look for like an inside the disc, something weird for Victor because he is that crazy. But Honey should win this fight wherever he wants to take it. He's that good. He's one of the most underappreciated fighters probably in the UFC. I think he's one of the top guys literally in the division. And hopefully he gets a shot one day because he is that good. Honey should win the fight. But my official pick, I'm going Victor.
Yeah, makes no sense, but I do think the $9,300 is worth it for Raoni Barcelos. It's not often you get a guy at that price point that's worth it, and I think he's worth it. I think he'll probably get a finish, and if he doesn't get a finish, he'll put up some real numbers. If you go to the Timur Valiev fight, he lost that fight in a decision a lot of people don't agree with. He put up some real numbers there in a loss, let alone in a win against a much lesser opponent. So I'm spending the $9,300. And Monkey Knife Fight's interesting. I honestly think it's probably less. I think Raoni Barcelos gets caught in a striking war, doesn't like it, takes it down, and then gets it done. So I like the less. What do you think of the Monkey Knife Fight strike line here?
I kind of mentioned this in the first breakdown. I think that Victor Henry is a guy that can kind of bait Barcelos into one of those brawls, and I think that Barcelos is going to win most of the exchanges, so I think he's going to just keep doing it, and I think they throw bombs for 3 rounds, and that gives Victor a chance to win. So I think this is a more play, honestly, in Monkey Knife Fights to me, because I think Victor's tough enough to withstand it.
Or it could be a less more. I don't like the 80. 80's a lot. I'll have to dig into that strike line a little more. But if you guys have never done Monkey Knife Fight, it's super easy. It's a ton of fun. It's daily fantasy, so it's no different than DraftKings or any other daily fantasy. And all you need to do is say, do you think that the fighter will land more or less than the strike line? It's that simple. And if you get him both
sorry to interrupt. He had 81 versus Valiev.
And
he was
that was
defending
an absolute
takedowns.
war. That was
but he was defending takedowns too.
But in my opinion, defending takedowns helps you out because it's every single pitter-patter strike.
But against Valiev, you can't do that. You have to defend the takedown.
All right. Well, anyway, right in the middle of my plug, go to wewantpicks.com/MKF. Sign up, make a deposit. They'll match your deposit, and you can use the free deposit money. Don't even use your real money. Play some of these lines. See how you do. You win, great. You lose, it wasn't yours. Who cares? wewantpicks.com/MKF. And if you want a $50 sign-up bonus, go to wewantpicks.com/bets. Any one of our 5 betting partners, make a deposit. Let me know. I'll send you $50, however you want it. And here's a quick look at the stats. Victor Henry has none because it's his UFC debut. But Raoni Barcelos lands almost 6 significant strikes per minute. The average is about 3. His striking accuracy is okay. His striking defense is very good. Look at that
tattoo. Look at that tattoo on his arm.
Look at that takedown defense at 92%. That's not a huge factor here, but his accuracy at 56 should get it done.
Do you see the walls of Jericho tattoo that Victor Henry has? That's incredible.
I do see that. That's funny.